Yeah, actually, they're very dangerous. You know, what we worry about a lot is dehydration. I guess is our main concern. You know, and with dehydration, we start looking at heat exhaustion, heat stroke, and that's really the main fear. Especially down here in the south, where it's more humid, higher temperatures lead to higher heat indexes, which are really what's even more dangerous than the temperature themselves. The best thing to do is drink as much water as you can. You know, there are a lot of different numbers out there, a lot of different rules of thumb people say, but what I would say that if you're outdoor in the heat, try to drink 2 to 4 glasses of fluids each hour. And if you're even when you're at home, you want to drink more fluid than you would on average. What I generally recommend is drink enough fluid to where when you go to the bathroom, your urine is clear, and that's usually an indication that you're well hydrated enough. If it's still yellow, you probably need to drink more fluid. Water is a good source of fluid. Sports drinks are good, and the reason a lot of times we will recommend sports drinks in over water is if you're doing more exercise or if you have excessive sweating, because you can lose a lot of the minerals and salts that your body needs. A lot of the downside to the sports drinks is that a lot of them are very high in sugar, and so sometimes that can be a downside. Usually what I recommend is the low-calorie variety of sports drinks are usually pretty good, especially if we're out exercising. Heat exhaustion is the early signs of your body experiencing stress from heat. You can have fatigue, you can have excessive sweating, you can have muscle cramps, weakness, you can have fainting episodes. Those are all early signs of heat exhaustion. What we worry about heat exhaustion is if that progresses to heat stroke, that can put you into life-threatening situations. Generally outdoors, I would say in heat like we're having right now, I would say try to avoid any non-essential activities, especially between the hours of 3 and 7 p.m. Do most of your activities either in the morning or the evening. If you do have to go outside, the guidelines are looking at heat index. If you're between a heat index of 104 and 125 or so, if it's non-essential, don't do it. If it's an organized sport, you still can play organized sports, but make sure there are frequent substitutions of players. Make sure there's a lot of frequent hydration. And when the heat index gets above 126, we really don't recommend any sports.